Hello everyone, welcome back to another JoJolion chapter review. I'm actually very surprised how fast England translations came. It literally took a minute. I do trust these translations, but they might not be fully correct. If I do find later that some things weren't correct, I will post about it on Twitter. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, which is in my bio and in the description. And anyways, let's just get right into things. So this chapter starts with a cover page that says, "Those bubbles are lined and they spin." It shows Josuke with some bubbles behind him, which is actually pretty interesting. Now the chapter starts with a plane next to Morio that seems to be crashing for some reason. I actually don't really know what this is about at the moment, but I guess we'll see it, and I think it will have plot relevance if Araki wanted to point it out. We later go down to the parking lot, and we still see Yasuo with Josu, and Josu is still kind of going crazy over his lost arm. Yasuo sees the head doctor standing on the tree. At this point, I think we can safely say that the head doctor is Toru's stand. This, and there's a lot more evidence later in the chapter. The head doctor then reveals that Yasuo is next in the order of calamity. I don't think Yasuo will end up dying at all, really, because it really wouldn't fit in the story. If she does die, I think it will happen much later on, but I don't see her dying in the story. But if she does, that'd be very shocking. So if Araki did that, I'd be surprised, but I don't want it to happen. Yasuo then tells Kyo Nijimura, who she was on the phone with last chapter, I think, that she knows the user and that she needs to get to Josuke to tell him who the user is. Kyo then tells Yasuo that she's on her way and that she is aware she will enter the flow of calamity, which will most likely kill her. Then I think this chapter goes into a lot of references of Jotaro versus Dio. The head doctor asks Josuke if he's approaching him. I think this is definitely a reference to Jotaro versus Dio, especially with what happens after this. Josuke then reveals that this whole time he has been trying to make the head doctor come to him. Then, Josuke breaks where the new Rokakaka are kept. The head doctor tells Josuke not to break them because of their importance to health and the cost that they are. Then, Josuke tells the head doctor, "These are my 7,980 yen shoes." Come on, this has to be a reference to Jotaro versus Dio at this point. You can't tell me it's not. Josuke then tells him that he will destroy all of the new Rokakaka. Josuke then begins to break the new Rokakaka, but the head doctor says, before he approaches him, head doctor has something to reveal. He then says that Yasuo is at the Higashikata estate and will soon die as she is next in the order of calamity. After this, in a fit of rage, Josuke begins to destroy all the vials of Rokakaka. But then, the glass shards come back and hit Josuke in the neck. The head doctor then says that the flow of calamity will pursue Josuke and Rai, and I'm pretty sure Rai is dead now. He's lying on there, bleeding out. There's no way he's not dead. Josuke then goes to kick the head doctor, but the bubbles come back and spin through Josuke's leg. As Josuke lies on the ground bleeding out, he hears something. Born this way, then bursts through the wall and actually manages to attack and hurt the head doctor. We then see blood come from Toru in the same place that the head doctor was attacked, which I think that's the biggest proof we have up to now that the head doctor is Toru's stand. I think this just confirms it. Then the story reveals that there's something in the bubbles that cannot be seen, and Soft and Wet has something further, which is very shocking. After that, the chapter ends. What a great chapter! I'm telling you, JoJolion has been in a row with these chapters. Now, something I did observe is that the head doctor seems to bring bad luck to those who are in the flow. This reminds me of D4C Love Train and how it can deflect all misfortune. This is probably just me looking too hard into it, but it's still interesting. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this video more than the other reviews, because I'm actually scripting everything I say out this time. This part isn't scripted, but I don't know, I actually kind of like the other method more. I feel like the videos are longer that way, and I don't know, I think it's better when I go off the top of my head and just give myself bullet points. But you let me know in the comments. So anyways, I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter for updates and a huge announcement coming soon that I've been hinting at. I expect it sometime next week. Anyways, see you in the next one. Goodbye.